And now back to Insights on Leadership in Life with your host, Roberta Pickett.
We are back with Insights on Leadership in Life. I'm your host, Roberta Pickett, and I'm here with Sandra Downes from Pearls on 88 and Wayne Ricci from Amador Station and PuroClean. Yeah, so great. Thanks, both of you guys, for being here.
Thank you.
Can't believe it's already our last segment. It's just like, come on, we need more time. But, you know, I do want to talk about what obstacles, because we were going to talk about the challenges of running a small business. What kind of challenges do you think you run into that are unique to being more in a rural area?
Rural. With PuroClean, communication is key, because when a call comes in, it is an emergency, and we need to be there and be able to respond quickly. The thought process is the sooner you get there to manage a water damage situation, the more you can save in the house, because it gets very costly the longer that water sits
to mold.
And eventually turns to mold, and that happens over the course of 24 to 48 hours. So communication is key. And upcountry, we don't have the best communication. We don't have
cell coverage in a lot of areas.
Agreed.
Right.
Or you're talking.
There you go.
Half the words.
So what we've done to try to manage that is we get microcells. Of course, we're on AT&T, and I don't know if we can talk about
You just said it. Well, so there you go.
So we use microcells.
I think AT&T is the only thing that we get up there.
I'm understanding that Verizon might have pretty good coverage, and I think I'm going to explore that as well, because they have coverage that goes up higher.
I bought out Golden State Wireless, so they have their towers now.
So definitely communication in this aspect is an issue.
I agree, because the community, there is the websites, of course, that let people know outside of the community. But
or if they hear about pearls and they go, "What's pearls?" and they Google it.
They Google it,
and
you know, people are telling us about our Yelp account. Didn't know anything about Yelp until we opened our establishment. And
you guys already have a lot of reviews.
We have a lot of reviews, and that helps the people that are traveling and to use the Yelps. But I think our biggie is just the word of mouth. That's been our way of advertising. That's the only thing we have done is just.
We have a Facebook page.
Well,
don't you?
No. No, we do have a website, but people ask us to get on Facebook, and we have some customers that put us went to Pearls and had my morning coffee. We have customers that do that, but it's the community up there is it's just a sense of community. Our shops are. I think they come to us if they're local. We do get the travelers coming through. I'm sure Wayne gets people going camping, and
so you're seasonal as well. Probably haven't quite. Don't know the pattern totally yet. Since both of you, it's only been a year.
There's a dead winter season when you get a lot of skiers, and then there's midsummer. Well, there's basically starting from Memorial through 4th of July. That's your
the
really
camping.
That's a good time for us. You're going to be busy.
Yes.
For sure. But the other thing, going back to that communication thing, is when somebody's driving down the highway, they can't just take their smartphone out, get a signal, and go, where's the next fuel, where's the next gas station?
Absolutely.
Or where can I get camping supplies? Or where can I get a nice cup of coffee or a cappuccino?
Because there isn't the cell
there's none.
So even though it's there, they may not be able to know it's coming.
Driving by
they drive by and
15
it's gone.
miles an hour, plus.
Minimum.
Sometimes more. By the time they hit their brakes, they're past your driveway and mine and everything else.
Can't hit either one of them.
So, that big thing, communication is top, I think.
So that actually, if I know there had been some talk about petitioning AT&T to actually add another cell tower up country.
I did not know that.
I don't know what the outcome has become, but I know it was. I think a letter had been sent out there. But that would help for...
Absolutely, absolutely.
Both
That-
obviously for emergencies that are not related to business, but also for the business side of it. What about weather? Does it
Weather
impact
definitely
you?
impacts, you've got to plow your driveways when the snow does fall, and again, when it falls. Then you've also got power outages
That's true.
that you've got to manage.
Now, do you both have generators? You said you definitely have
We have
generators.
generation, yes.
What about you?
We don't.
You
do
don't.
not.
I would encourage you to.
I know, actually, we had a customer put in a new whole system generator, so he gave us his old one. So we have one now.
Small one now.
That we're going to try to get hooked up in case of power outage. But the first power outage, it was like a sunny day, and we were all, we were a full house, and all of a sudden, boom, power goes off, and we thought, oh, and so my husband goes in, and they said, oh, I'll get candles, we'll get some light, and they said, well, this is kind of cozy, let's just wait, it'll come back on, and so we just kind of like, it was kind of cozy for a while, and then I got a little bit stressed because we had, several orders up, ready to fill, and my husband walks into the dining room and says, well, generator should kick on any minute. And they go, oh, you got a generator. If we had a generator, it would kick on any minute. And I'm thinking, okay, so they changed their order from something that needed to be cooked to a pastry and a glass of tea, so.
Well, and people are pretty understanding when it comes to that, but it does affect the bottom line.
If it's a long outage, we would lose refrigeration, we would lose a lot of food.
Just, as another upcountry resident, put it on your bucket list.
It is at the top. It
to
is
add on
there.
a whole house or a whole generator. It really makes a difference.
It sure does.
Well, we're talking about all these, about these obstacles. What about success? What about the other side? What's the best day for you? What do you want for your business?
Oh gosh, I think every day is a success because of the customers. The customers make us feel like we're succeeding, and we feel that.
Sounds like that's part of what you were actually looking for.
Absolutely.
Was not just the serving of the food, but the relationships that you're building with the community.
With the community, and we have made past the people that are traveling. I mean, they make us our stop, and they're coming from Fresno, they're coming from Santa Cruz, they're coming from Tahoe, and now we are one of their stops.
Which is very cool.
Oh, it's so awesome. It is so awesome. And I always like to have the public relations going on, and so I was worried that I wouldn't have that when I retired from public schools, but I get that through my customers. I get to, if we're not so extremely busy that we can't stop and see where they're from, and we get travelers from other countries that are sightseeing in the beautiful Sierras on their way to Yosemite, and it's just that is success. That is what we set out to do, and it will be complete when our kids get here.
So it is your retirement job, and it's both.
That great
obviously,
sense of community too, and family. That
you still want to make business. I mean, you want financially, you want it to do
the
well,
bills,
but you also,
but it's not
there's
about the money. It is just about the sense of community and the friendships and the relationships that you make with the people that come in as guests to your establishment. We just get so excited. Oh, you're coming here to eat with us. Thank you so much. It's a privilege for them to, and they drive from Jackson, just that beautiful scenic drive up country on their way to Tahoe, or just come up to have a bite to eat and then go back down to Jackson or wherever they're from. But it's just a sense of community, and several people have met other friends in our cafe, and we think they walk out exchanging phone numbers and exchanging places that they can go next time they're up here. They're going to go check out other places that they didn't know about until they came in the cafe. I mean,
you're also a connector for other people.
I believe so. I believe so.
What about you, Wayne? What's success for you? What are you and Tammy looking for?
Making the bills.
Yeah. Well, you're not doing this in retirement. You're still in the prime of.
Well, we're approaching retirement soon. Making the bills is a good thing.
Yeah.
Having a little change on the side is even better. When we can, we put a substantial amount of money down on Amador Station, and when we can pay off that and say that it's totally ours, which could happen here in the next year, we're hoping. That's going to be a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's not going to be through just money generated from the business. That's going to be maybe get a part of a loan and then a little bit of retirement money and things. We'll do some creative stuff.
But once
when
it's
done, ours in our
yeah.
name, that's going to be a big, a nice thing.
Yeah.
That way, that payment is ours.
Right.
And that'll make that big difference that we're looking for. PuroClean has been very nice in that I don't have a lot of people that are working with me full-time. We are working out of the home corporate office, if you will. It's going to be way more successful, and I'm going to be very proud of it when I get that storefront or that building, that warehouse, and I've got a big PuroClean sign out there, and I've got
so you have
a good group of people working with me.
Is that something you can divulge where you're looking to have that?
Well, everybody knows that Jackson is kind of the hub of everything. So, of course, that would probably be the direction to go. I mean, I've known a lot of business owners that have tried to run their businesses on the outskirts, and some do okay and some don't. So you got to be in that central hub.
And it's not, as we've said, it's not that far away, right?
It's really not,
Yeah.
but hitting that central spot, that area is the right, because you got Ione, you got Plymouth, San Andreas, everything, everybody comes
Guess
through
what?
that area.
I cannot believe it, but our time is just about up. So I want to
Already?
thank you both for being my guest tonight on Insights on Leadership
Thank
and Life.
you.
And we will be back next month with more.
Well, they can stay tuned for the